tampering with the file. As I said to you before, pay attention to masturbators. If nothing else, this is a golden opportunity for you to find people that are involved. It is very easy to associate to this crime. Quite unequivocal. That's the thing. It's not quite unequivocal, but to the contrary, it's actually a bit ambiguous. But at the end of the day, as I said, given the full context, you cannot find a reasonable individual should be defending what they do. And this is a good way to do it because they think that they're invisible, that they'll be just giving a neutral thing, and no power to what they think is going to happen later. I just want to point out, those criminals will be the same ones trying to use those sort of crimes against me, the ones that they think are going to exculpate them later. And that's how the line works, right? Perhaps they even quoting me saying that if it works for one, it works for the other. Again, more power to them to what they think the world is. Again, the poor Nazis, right? So bad-mouthed after. Also another thing. They're doing something that produces a lot of smell to let me know that the things coming from there come here. So I'm relaying to you, things coming from there come here. Drugs have been thrown on me here the entire time that I've been here. And they saw in good interest for them to say that this is actually potentially coming from there. That was the entire time none of this had happened. As of now, as I'm finishing things up to leave, you see that whatever this is that, but it's just going for a while now. I'll document it on this phone. By now, 41 minutes and 42 minutes. So there's that. As for the digital, and they're also the primary suspects because I'm not seeing many people over there to that side. And usually when they're there, you can hear them stabs and etc. Well, clearly they are ones very closest to me here for the digital crimes. And the digital crimes as follows. New reverse order. That's the fourth time it turns on. That'll be the second time it turned on. So 10:54 would be the second time, 39 will be the third time, and shoot the second time. So first, second, and third. Third at 59, second at 54. First at 53, I just turn it on immediately, I guess. No. The first of turning off, I didn't film. It was the video recording. It just stopped by itself. I left there filming the sky. It was this one. And it just stopped. Okay, so that was the first one. And the second one, she turned on after this. After it died of battery, turned it on another time. And then another time. So 3 times. All filmed on the little guy, as I said. Again, the digital camera, it's a huge deal. I mean, I'm picking up this phone again. It's an hour 2 balls. One fixed, one blinking. I put the headphones there. It was a 50% later to let it finish up a little bit, while this one gets a little bit extra charge. It might be ready to do. Another thing, this the Chelsea did delays me at least 1 bus, but potentially 2 buses because subconsciously I had to pay attention to the things. And again, this is the same guy that went there to talk to me. Why do I keep mounting this thing and dismounting every night? The same day that someone assaulted me in the middle of the night, mind you. Probably expecting an answer, which I usually give in the lines of because it's safer because of the cameras, likely to place there as some sort of trap for me, I guess. But either way, the words that were said at face value are, why didn't you just leave the thing here the entire time, all day? So, explain to me, again, how it is okay to leave the entire thing mounted, and you see that for a human being to stay inside, with cover, with everything, and then a couple boxes over there, a huge deal. Either way, it has been dealt with, except for this one. Again, my old box. We're gonna go to the same place that sold this to me that never worked to buy some other things. I was gonna go there at some point to get a replacement, but $15 was not worth the sheer amount of problem. It was $15, it was $30, right? It's not 15. I'm gonna ask again how much it was, so you could place on the bill, and someone would. You know how bills are. Someone always ends up receiving them. So, as I was here and as I was there, I can feel distinctly the smell coming from the place, which heavily implies the whatever being produced there is through the car because the wind is coming here. I can testify that there were drugs thrown on me minutes ago, particularly depression drugs, such as I'm about to leave, but also other drugs that cause my nose to start dripping for no reason, as well as other sensations. Less than usual, by a long margin less than usual, but it's still that. Again, none of this is normal for every day, and I will stay here for hundreds of days. None of this happened before. It's only happening now. I believe that is the same thing that they do all the time, is when you see them doing something, when they essentially posing and boasting that they are doing exactly the thing that they're being accused of, because they think that that's good for them, right? As I said to you before, wind was blowing from the front, but over there I was smelling a very strong smell of CO2. Even here, if the CO2 from the trucks is getting here, you can bet that anything else is also coming through the air. The CO2 doesn't have its own will to go where the other gases don't go. So, again, practical terms, right? And that might be the purpose. Maybe that's exactly what they're doing. They are there throwing this, so I would say here, so they'll know that when they're throwing the drugs are actually having an effect. God knows. In response to that, and in full agreement, I just showcase that real quick, because I also forgot some bags there, I think. This is from the inside. So with that in mind, do you believe that it was me going there to, and that when I arrived there, this little guy was not charging because I prioritized removing the power bank rather than it? And I generally don't remember. I don't remember how it was when I got there. You can see that in the video. But even from this perspective, I'm not remembering now. I believe it was something that they did seconds before I ended up going there. I don't know, probably karma or something else. So now that thing stops there, and this thing starts here. My theory was that they were using this as a way to actually get responses from actual release that drugs on me. Needless to say, I'm not going to continue to comment on that. Oh yeah, and then it starts again, with me coming back. For individuals who so long have been creating those appearances of lies about me, which they think that it's not really lies because it's not being done by them, you would imagine that the one that showed up on the screen can testify that wasn't me. Every time that I said the place inside, it was referring to inside the woodworks, and every time it's referring to the place over there, it's the same lamp place that I was pointing a second ago. Just to clarify, and you listen to everything that I said, so it's not a big deal. As I said, for this, recording the entire time, an hour 48:40. Good. You realize that you're seeing a lot of space.